Hi guys, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be testing new high-end makeup. Some of these products I've already kind of played around with a little bit just because I couldn't wait for this video. But some of these I have yet to try, so let's go ahead and just get started. So yeah, nothing too crazy today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell to join my little family. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So for primer, I'm starting off with the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer, and as you can tell from the bottle, I have been using this quite a bit and I actually love it. So this is what it looks like, and it blurs my pores so much, but at the same time it doesn't have a silicone-y feeling at all. It's actually a very nice hydrating and soothing gel, which is so unique because I wouldn't expect a gel to kind of be pore diffusing, but this does manage to blur my pores, even out my skin and any texture, but it keeps my skin very hydrated and also makes my makeup last a lot longer. My e.l.f. Putty Primer is a lot more pore diffusing, but this is still a really good one. With this primer, I don't have to double or triple prime, whereas if I use my e.l.f. Poreless Putty one, I do have to go in with other primers to get like that perfect primer for me personally, but this one is like perfect. For foundation, I'm going in with the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Foundation. This bottle is a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought this was gonna be similar to the little Glossier bottle, but this is actually so much bigger, but it makes sense because this is for your face and your body. I got mine in the shade C3. So this is supposed to be like a foundation that's kind of sheer, very glowy, very natural. So I'm excited to test this out. I actually am a fan of these squeezy tubes, especially for like skin tints, just because, oh god, that was a lot. Hopefully I didn't over apply this. I feel like I might have to wipe some of this off. It is very, very liquidy. That's something I am noticing. So I'm just gonna go in with the sponge. This is the Hailey's Beauty sponge, which I have been loving. Oh, that like blended out to almost nothing. So this is definitely a skin tint because it has very, very minimal coverage. It's pretty much covering just like my redness, just very slight minor imperfections, and then adding a really nice glow to my face. So I like this. These are the type of foundations I like because, as you guys know, I don't typically like to be super full coverage. I truly believe that every step in makeup already adds coverage, like blush, bronzer, and all that stuff. So I don't like to have a super full coverage foundation. But yeah, this is very glowy and very sheer. And this is pairing really, really well with the primer too, so the combination is actually really pretty. Like my skin looks blurred but still like natural. Now for concealer, I'm going to be going in with the Hailey's Beauty Rewind Blurring Full Coverage Concealer. I am in the shade Light Medium, and guys, I have been loving this concealer so much. It's like a new favorite of mine. So here's the applicator. It's like a really nice fancy smancy metal applicator, and I love the way that it feels in my eyes because it's so cooling. It is a little tricky to like control how much product you get out, I will admit, but what I like to do is like squeeze out some product first and then apply. I love the way that this feels because it's so incredibly cooling, and this is a super blurring full coverage concealer. So it just blurs my under eyes, like completely blurs all of my like little fine lines underneath my eyes. It's a super really pretty and natural soft matte finish, but it's not drying at all. So that's a very key and important factor for me, is because I have such dry under eyes. So now I'm gonna go with the Hailey's Beauty sponge and just blend this out. Look at how pretty this is blending out. And then I like to just take any of the excess and go around my nose, my chin, my forehead. But there you guys can see my under eyes are so bright, so blurred, so smooth. It just looks so freaking pretty. I love this concealer. So now I like to just go in with my under eye powder right away because you guys know I pretty much only set my under eyes. So I have this new Pat McGrath under eye brightener. This is a under eye brightening powder and I got mine in the shade Light, which is just completely white. But I'm really excited to use this. So I'm actually just gonna take a little brush and kind of set my under eyes. This is looking very pretty. It's very natural, very smoothing. I like that it doesn't leave like a very obvious powder residue, but what I'm not liking is that it doesn't really brighten. I feel like it's actually making my concealer a lot darker, which is not a good thing. So not the biggest fan of that, but it is a really pretty and natural powder. It didn't make my under eyes like dark by any means, but it didn't brighten them. So I was kind of expecting like a brightening effect, but it's really pretty, really natural. But this is something I get from like my Kosas Cloud set too. For bronzer, I have been trying out this Say Sun Melts Cream bronzer, and this is super pretty and natural. Like it's pretty much like the name, like it just melts into your skin. So as you guys can see, as I'm applying it, it just completely melts. It's so incredibly natural. Not the most pigmented, but I don't really mind because I kind of like a product that's very sheer and easier to build up and work with. But this is very, very warm, which I'm not the biggest fan of. If you guys know me and you guys have been watching me, you guys know I do prefer a cooler toned bronzer, but I am in love with this formula. So I wish they just had more shades. This really gives Fenty a run for its money formula wise, but Fenty does so much better when it comes to the shade range. But this is a really beautiful formula and you get so much product in this. So now for bronzer, I'm going to be going in with this Becca Sunlit bronzer. I got mine in the shade Bronzed Bondi. As you guys know, Becca is sadly going out of business, so I picked this up at Ulta and it was 50% off, so that's a really good deal. And one of my favorite YouTubers, Daisy Cash, she recommended this, so I went ahead and picked it up and it was on sale, which was a plus. And honestly, this is one of the most beautiful bronzers ever. It brings so much warmth to your face, but like not in an orange way, which I love. It's just a perfect color. It blends so seamlessly, and it gives you just the smallest amount of glow. So if you're not into a glowy bronzer but you still want some kind of glow, this is the perfect bronzer, and I would definitely run to Ulta and get your hands on this before Becca completely, sells out and they don't have any more for half off. Now for blush, I'm going to go ahead and use this Nude Sticks blush. This is their cream blush in the shade In the Nude. So I've heard a lot of good things about Nude Sticks, and so I was really curious to try out their cream blushes. So I'm just gonna put this on the apples. Oh, that is a really pretty pink. I was expecting it to be more nude, but it's actually pretty pink and has like a slight peachy undertone. I don't know how pigmented this is, so I'm kind of just dabbing some on. And then I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. stippling brush to blend this. This is so pretty. It's a really gorgeous peachy pink. I'm not mad at it, but the color, I was expecting it to be more nudie. But oh my god, it's blending so nicely. Not patchy at all. And it looks gorgeous on my skin tone. I feel like it dries down to a soft matte, but I just look a little bit glowy because of the MAC Face and Body foundation. That was super glowy. Now for blush, I'm going to use this Hourglass Ambient Light palette. So I finally picked this up. I've had my eye on this guy forever, but it's so expensive. But I finally purchased it and I don't regret it at all because you do get your money's worth. Definitely. One of these retails for like 40 or 50 and this whole thing only retails for like 80, so it's definitely a steal. But I'm going to use the blushes today, and I think the one I'm going to use is this one. This one is, I think it's a blush in the shade Mood Exposure, and I am very curious by it because it's like just like a dark plum almost. So I'm just going to take this on a little brush Oh, that's very pretty. Yeah, it's very much like a dark kind of light purple, which is so cool. But with the nude stick blush underneath, you can't really tell, but it's definitely very glowy as well. Now to set the overall face, I'm going to use the Hailey's Beauty Retouch Blurring Powder. This is actually the Soft Focus Setting Powder, but I said blurring because this is an incredibly blurring powder. I don't specifically like it for underneath the eyes because this is one of those powders that make your concealer a lot darker, but I love it for like all over the face, so it just completely blurs your skin. It makes it look gorgeous. So I like to put this on my nose where I get very oily, and then on my forehead as well, and it just completely blurs my pores on my forehead. So incredibly pretty. My skin looks flawless. Alright, so I just went ahead and did my brows and eyeshadow off camera because I didn't have anything new. And I also tested out this new Ilia mascara. This is the mini size. This is their new Fullest Volumizing mascara, and honestly it did absolutely nothing to my lashes, so pretty upsetting. I really want to try their Limitless mascara because I heard that one's really good, but this one just isn't really doing it for me. Like, I have a lot of other mascaras that are so much better than this. So now for lips, I'm gonna test out this Persona liquid lipstick. This is in their shade OG, and this is supposed to be like a classic nude. Ooh, that's really pretty, and I really like the way that it feels. It feels super smooth and buttery. This is really comfortable. I probably should have lined my lips before. What a pretty nude. So pretty. This would look even prettier if I outlined my lips first, or lined my lips first with like a brown liner, but here, let me go ahead and fix that. Okay, so here it is with a liner. I had to line it on top and then kind of blend it in, so it looks a little bit wonky, but I think honestly this would look perfect with a brown liner. This really is like an OG classic nude. I am in love with the shade. It matches my skin tone perfectly too, because you know, this obviously wouldn't be a nude for everybody, but it looks so good. So good, I love it. Alright, last but not least, even though this looks gorgeous matte, I'm going to be trying the Kkw Beauty Gloss, because these have been sitting in my makeup bins and I have not touched them, have not tried them, especially this shade Nude 2.5. It's supposed to be really light and pretty, so yeah, I'm really excited to try it. One thing I've noticed about Kkw lip glosses is that they always smell like rubber or like tires, but I love that smell, which is weird. Just in case some of you guys don't like that, it does smell like rubbery and all that stuff, but anyways. Oh, this is gorgeous. Such a pretty nude. Oh my god, this is so pretty. This is such a pretty lip combo. Definitely up my alley too, because I've been really loving these super light yellowy nude lip colors. This is so freaking pretty. Oh my god, I'm like really impressed with all the lip products in this lip combo. Alright guys, so that was my video testing out new high-end makeup. I am really in love with this look. I'm really in love with my complexion. My lip combination is to die for. But yeah, I'm really happy with the outcome of all these products. I think the only disappointment would have to be the Pat McGrath under eye brightening powder. Oh no, it's not a brightening powder, it's a blurring under eye powder. Okay, now my mind's changed on that. So yeah, I do agree it's super blurring, but I feel like I could just buy my Kosas Cloud Set, which is a bigger compact versus this tiny little compact. It pretty much did the same thing. I think my favorite products would have to be the Hailey's Beauty Rewind Concealer, and then the two new lip products, this liquid lipstick from Persona and the Kkw Beauty Gloss in Nude 2.5. Really good stuff. Love all these products, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.